Looks like what I said about Kick is finally coming true. Every move so far has been right on track. Aiden Ross has been faking his big exit from Kick for months, and it's all catching up now. When he was in talks for a new deal, he split from Stake, the company behind Kick that's been backing him up. Then he jumped to Rain, another streaming platform, while still going live on Kick. Rain's now the one funding his events, even his latest brand Risk, which used to be backed by Kick and Stake. Crazy, right? Before dropping his new deal, Aiden started teasing fans, saying he might go back to Twitch. Then he switched it up, saying he's done a lot for Kick and that they'd still show him love. But now it looks like that love's fading fast. Word is, Aiden's not happy at all with how Kick's been treating him. Things might be falling apart between them, and I've got the clip to prove it.
I do want to tell y'all some, yo bro, on God, listen. Obviously, like, Priz knows about this situation, Cuffem, Cheeser, we spoke. I ain't gonna lie, chat. They up KPP so bad, listen to this, bro. Literally, I got told yesterday, unless I'm gambling on Stake, they are not upping my KCIP. So motherfuckers don't even care about Kick no more. I'm just being real. That is crazy. I'm sorry. Like, they literally straight up said, unless you're on Stake, we're low. Dude, I'm not joking. Collab made like $30, bro. It's cooked. On God, it's cooked. If you're not on stake.com, they lower your. I'm sorry. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is so bad, bro. That's so bad. That's so bad. It's so bad. Nah, hell no, we do a rain bet. You know what? Yo, that's why John said, hey, I'll pay for your Clippers. Whatever you miss, I got you, bro. Like, whatever. So that's what, if I go to Twitch, they'll pay for my Clippers on rain bet, basically. But bro, I ain't gonna lie, chat, that is crazy, bro. That is crazy. I hate doing that. I love Kick, but I built this from the ground up. Y'all did too. And I literally got told because I'm not on Stake, things are tricky.
Aiden Ross is now hinting at a possible move to Twitch. And let's not forget, his last brand Risk event was in Nashville, and he took a private jet to get there. That private jet thing has people worried. It feels like Aiden's burning through cash fast, and no one really knows how deep his pockets go. Flying private non-stop, even when it's not needed, is wild. Maybe Nashville to Miami isn't as bad as Miami to LA, but still, that kind of lifestyle adds up quick. I'm nowhere near that level, but it's clear this man spends like there's no limit. This clip right here might show he's actually serious this time. Now, Aiden hasn't streamed on Twitch yet, but if he did, it would go crazy. He could easily pull 30,000 to 50,000 viewers per stream. Some fans keep saying he used to hit 100,000 easy, but things aren't the same anymore. He's still famous, but the energy around him just isn't what it once was. That's part of this whole new clipping culture, where people make short clips from streams, and those clips blow up faster than the full broadcasts. Kick's even paying people to make these clips through their KPP, or KCIP. That's the Kick Partner Program, also known as the Kick Creator Incentive Program. Basically, they pay streamers by the hour, depending on how much they stream and how many viewers they pull. But now Aiden's saying his payouts look spooky, like the numbers aren't adding up. It's so bad that he might have to jump ship to Twitch, where he'd easily bag serious money, especially with ads running non-stop, which Kick doesn't even have. And this is what I've been saying for a while. Where's all this Kick money coming from? They've been paying huge creator incentives, giving out full subscriber revenue, and dropping bonuses left and right, but there's no real ad system or profit engine behind it. Even KickChamp, one of the biggest Kick news accounts, pointed it out, saying Kick pays clippers to promote boosted payouts to make it seem like everyone's getting massive checks. They even posted a bounty listing showing $3,000 per million views, trying to hype the payout system up. But let's be real, it's looking shaky. Remember when Aiden bragged about making $250,000 from just 1 or 2 streams? That never seemed realistic. Now these same Kick accounts are calling out the inconsistencies. See, when Kick first signed Aiden, it was a total free-for-all. They let creators say and do whatever they wanted, and it was chaos, but it worked for attention. I said back then that it wouldn't last long, and now here we are. Kick's tightening things up because they want to stay in app stores and keep advertisers happy. Totally understandable, but that means less freedom and fewer crazy moments, which were a big part of Kick's early appeal. In the beginning, Kick gave streamers 100% of their sub revenue, something unheard of. Twitch, on the other hand, does 50-50 splits, or 70-30 if you're lucky. Sub prices are usually $5 to $6, and Twitch Prime subs help streamers out too, since Amazon covers that cost. But Kick doesn't have any Prime system like that, meaning less money actually circulating through the platform. So when you look at it, Kick was never really making money, just spending it. Eventually, that kind of business model hits a wall, and it seems like we're seeing that happen now. Kick's starting to pull back on those wild exclusive deals. Remember when they used to lock down underground creators to stream only on Kick, that phase is done. Now they want everyone to multi-stream on Twitch, YouTube, wherever, just to keep content flowing on the site. That's where the KPP came in, a way to attract smaller creators with hourly pay so they could survive and keep streaming. You didn't need tens of thousands of viewers anymore. Even 80 or 100 could get you a small bag. It was a smart move to fill up the site with content and make Kick look busy. Internationally, Kick's been putting in serious work. They've made big moves in places like the Middle East, Japan, and South America. There was even a massive boxing event streamed before Aiden's last event, the one with the guy wearing what looked like a ghost sheet and sunglasses. Those streams were doing real numbers. To hype it all up, Kick promoted those payouts heavy, showing off how much creators were making. But like I've said from day one, it couldn't last. You can't just pay out millions forever without bringing in something to balance it. Now, it looks like Kick's spending spree is slowing down fast, and Aiden's feeling it. The payouts are dropping, the freedom's shrinking, and the excitement that made Kick so wild in the first place is fading. Even XQC, one of the biggest streamers on Kick, talked about it after Aiden brought it up. He pretty much said what everyone's thinking. The platform's money wave isn't flowing like before. So yeah, all signs point to Kick tightening up on everything: payouts, speech, and creator freedom. And if Aiden's already talking about Twitch again, that might be the clearest sign yet that things at Kick aren't looking good. I've got the clip where XQC reacts to Aiden's comments, and it says a lot.
Oh God, it's good. If you're not on stake.com, they lower you. I'm sorry. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is so bad, bro. That's so bad. That's so bad.
Chat, I actually spoke when he said that the first time. Chat, I actually spoke directly with Eddie, and he told me that this wasn't true. Yo, listen. Maybe he's rage-baiting, maybe he's a skit. Yo, I went straight to Eddie. Why didn't snitch? I was like, bro. If you guys always KPP, that's dog. Like, don't do it. And he said they didn't do anything. So I don't know.
So here's what's going on. The caption from Kick Champ said, Eddie lied. They're talking about Eddie Craven, the owner of Kick, who's also behind Stake and co-owns everything with Bijan Tehrani. But honestly, I don't think Eddie straight up lied to XQC. It's more likely he just didn't know what was really happening behind the scenes. Eddie's juggling way too much. He's out here doing Stake events, Kick promotions, and all kinds of public stuff. He's not micromanaging who's getting paid what through the KPP. That's way below his level of involvement. If it were some massive partnership deal, sure, he'd know every detail. But when it comes to individual payout confusion, probably not. And get this, another well-known streamer from Kick, LosPollos, just dropped a clip where he calls his KCIP experience a total nightmare. I've got that clip ready, and it's pretty wild.
So this is already two of the biggest people on the platform, which is Los and...
So now we've got two of the biggest names on Kick, LosPollos and Aiden Ross, both calling out issues with the platform. Aiden even mentioned another streamer, CL, who supposedly did 2 streams for about 8 hours each and only made around $30 total. That's crazy when you realize he was pulling 4K to 7K live viewers, even peaking at 8K. Apparently, CL's a new face on the scene, a guy brought in through Aiden's circle. First, Cheezer brought him on, then he linked with Cuffem, and through that, he ended up around Aiden and Sneako. So this whole situation's coming to a breaking point, and honestly, it feels like it was bound to happen. It really seems like Aiden's trying to push Kick into paying him more again. Back when the KPP payouts were high, he was racking up serious money, the kind he'd never get on Twitch. Twitch doesn't work that way, but now that his Kick payments have dropped, he's clearly not happy with how low they've gone. But let's be real, what did he expect? Aiden signed with Rain, a company that directly competes with Stake, the people funding Kick. That's wild. He's out here wanting Kick to keep paying him big hourly rates and to front page his Rain-sponsored events, even though Rain's a rival company. Like, come on, that's just not realistic. Even if you're not a fan of the gambling side of things, and I'm definitely not, it's obvious why Kick wouldn't want to bankroll someone promoting their competition. It'd be financial suicide. They can't pay him huge money while he's out here advertising for their rivals. That's not business, that's self-sabotage. In that same clip, Aiden mentioned a guy named John. He's apparently the main contact for creators sponsored by Rain. Aiden said, John told me he'd pay for my Clippers if I moved to Twitch, since right now, Kick's the one funding the Clippers who post Aiden's stream highlights. That's a big deal. It shows Rain's already trying to support Aiden's next move. Now about Aiden's numbers, yeah, he could probably average 30k to 50k on Twitch easily, and during events, he might even break 100k. Twitch would push those streams front and center because they know how to spotlight big moments. But the real problem is Aiden's style. He's been used to total freedom on Kick, where he can say and do whatever. That's not gonna fly on Twitch. Twitch has rules, and one slip-up could get him banned again fast, and knowing Aiden, that kind of restriction might drive him crazy. Plus, a lot of his favorite collaborators are still banned, or can't stream on Twitch either, so he'd lose the chemistry that makes his content click. Honestly, it feels like the money isn't even his biggest concern, it's the lack of freedom. Even his brand risk events don't seem like moneymakers. He's probably breaking even, or even taking losses on those, just to keep his image strong and his name hot. But that's the thing, Aiden's not really chasing profit like that, he's chasing influence. Still, this all shows how shaky things are with Kick right now. I'll admit, I'm surprised they've managed to last this long. I genuinely wish them success as a platform, but the business side looks rough. It just doesn't seem sustainable. People often compare it to Twitch, saying Twitch also loses money, and that's true. Twitch hasn't exactly been a goldmine either. Amazon's been covering the losses, probably using it as a long-term investment, or even a tax write-off, but at least Twitch has a steady, predictable revenue stream from ads and subs. That's something Kick doesn't really have. Kick's KPP and KCIP payouts are all over the place, inconsistent, confusing, and impossible to budget long term. It's like they're figuring things out as they go. Meanwhile, Twitch has predictable ad deals, clear revenue splits, and steady traffic from Prime subs. So now we're at a point where Kick's creators are frustrated, the money's slowing down, and big names like Aiden and LosPollos are publicly questioning things. And that's not a good look for a platform that built itself on being creator-friendly. At the end of the day, Aiden might still hang on to Kick a little longer, but the cracks are showing. If the payouts don't go back up, or if Rain keeps offering better deals, that Twitch move might not be just talk this time. Let me know what you think about all this. It's definitely heating up.